today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fielded in the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
The pass.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
An 11-yard line.
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
The ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
The ball carried by number 22.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Number 30.
The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to roam now. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Derrick Henry, the ball
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 16 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. 5 yards on the play there. It's a drive will continue.
Tennessee Titans.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. DK Metcalf, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 2.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards. And it'll move the chains. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 11. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Taken down and sacked.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flush to his right. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And it's third down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And finding Davis here, the tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. Back to throw now on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there, with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
The quarterback is sacked.
One more partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
2nd and 1. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Quarterback sacked.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Hill bites under pressure again, and down he goes again. Harold Landry, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's 3 and out.
And this one is right down the middle. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 20, 10, touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
Number 20.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
3rd down.
Now back to throw. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. This one into the hands of Metcalf. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Now a handoff looking right.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
First down.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
7.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Taken from about the 12. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete. I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And this is incomplete. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a pickup of 6.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this. Back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. On second down, here's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Intended for
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That good for 19 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Fights loose. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know it's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
50 seconds to life.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he will have a Titans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
1st and 10.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
50 seconds. Hey, watch the slant. 50 seconds. Go.
They'll run with Henry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Now Thigpen. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Nashville. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. On first down, Monroe. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Adoree Jackson on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 32-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll drop to throw. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And the Bengals first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 8-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
To number 22.
Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Third down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Pick there by Nick Nelson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly.
Let him know.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. With touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Adams now to throw on second down. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets them behind the line. They're not messing around. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. He dumps it off for Henry. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bengals.
Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Monroe. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's a gain of
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
short of the goal line.
It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
To number 89.
A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that